deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and the welfare of our county and of those whose interests you have committed to our church. Amen.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chair. Honorable members, I will now invite a proposer and a seconder for the adoption of the agenda.
Julius Keter to propose for agenda of the day.
Thank you, Honorable Keter.
Lydia do second.
Thank you, Honorable Lydia. I will now direct the Sergeant at Arms to usher in the personnel from the Department of Lands. Okay, thank you. Waziri and your team, I wish to welcome you to this session. And before you is the ADO committee. And I will take you through the introductory part. I'm Honorable Matata Benjamin Kerich, the chair of this committee.
I'm Sarah Mutual, vice chair to the committee.
Isaiah Maina, member.
I'm John Bitok, member.
Beth Richard, member.
Bridget Songok, member.
Keter Julius, member.
Isaac Mosbey, member.
Silas Som, member.
Professor Kuto, member.
Jepto Lydia, member.
Tarbey Josephat, member.
Silas Kogo, member.
Beth Kipto, member.
Thank you, honorable members. With us also we have the secretariat, and I invite them to introduce themselves.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Eliud Sang. I'm a member of secretariat to this ADO committee. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, Chairman. My name is Victor Siele, clerk to this committee. Thank you.
Thank you, the secretariat. I will now invite the Waziri to take charge of the introduction of his team. Welcome.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Dr. Philemon Bureti, the CEC in charge of lands, housing, physical planning, water, environment, natural resources, and climate change. And with me is a team from my department, the chief officer and the directors, and I'll give them the opportunity to introduce themselves, sir.
Thank you, Waziri, the Chair and the Honorable Members. I'm Jonah Kipruto B. Watt, the Chief Officer in charge of the department.
Chair and Honorable Members, my name is James Melly, Director responsible for Environment, Natural Resources and Climate Change. Thank you.
Honorable Chair and Honorable Members, my name is Cosmas Rono, Director Survey. Thank you.
Thank you, Waziri and your team. I will now ask the Sergeant at Arms to place the team under oath.
I, Philemon Kipta Bureti, do hereby swear to testify on all matters in question and to tell this committee the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I, Jonah Kipruto B. Watt, do hereby swear to testify on all matters in question and to tell this committee the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I, James Melly, hereby swear to testify on all matters in question and to tell this committee the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I, Cosmas Rono, do hereby swear to testify on a matters questions to tell in committee the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Okay, thank you, the Sergeant at Arms. Waziri and your team, I wish to take you through the mandate of this committee. The committee was established by the House with the following terms. 1, with respect to flagship projects, flagged and alleged non-existing projects as spelled out in the implementation committee report laid on the table of the House on September 17th, 2024. 2, 1, investigate whether there was a financial impropriety across all the departments. 2, establish whether there was a breach of constitution or any other applicable laws by state/public officers in the execution of projects. 3, investigate whether the laid down procurement processes was followed in the award of tenders. 4, recommend appropriate action to be taken against identified breaches and all responsible parties accountable. B, establish the actual cost of personnel emoluments incurred during financial year 22-23 and 23-24 in circumstances, if any, occasioning violation of Section 107 of the Public Finance Management Act, and whether public funds were irregularly paid for personnel emoluments. C, with respect to the agricultural and rural inclusive growth project, investigate on the following: whether funds were utilized in a prudent and responsible way. B, beneficiaries and their physical location. C, whether the procurement processes were there too. D, with respect to the hire of county machinery and motor vehicles to as contained in the project implementation committee report laid on the table of the House on 17 September 2024, establish 1, the circumstances leading to the hire of road machinery or motor vehicles. 2, whether the tendering processes were adhered to in accordance with the procurement and other applicable laws. 3, the actual work done and location. 4, the total amount of money paid vis-a-vis the budget allocation. 5, whether there was value for money. And finally, the last mandate is the ad hoc committee to report on the findings and propose appropriate recommendation. So, Waziri, that is the terms of reference of the ad hoc committee. And before we proceed, I would like to pose a question to Waziri. Are you conversant with Article 179(1) of the Constitution?
Yes, Chair, that talks on the roles of the County Executive Committee.
We cannot hear, Honorable Chair.
Please, Waziri, be audible.
I'm saying, Chair, is it the one that touches on the roles of the County Executive Committee member?
But, Honorable Chairman.
Honorable Waziri, order member, I want you to be specific. Are you conversant with Article 179(1) of the Constitution? For us to move, Waziri, you have either to say yes or no so that we proceed.
Yes, Chair.
So what is that article stating?
On the Public Financial Procurement Act.
Come up.
See the one on PFM Act.
Waziri, Article 179 of the Constitution, this is the Constitution. We are not talking about the PFM Act. So I wish that, Waziri, and to be honest, you are under oath, please.
Yes, Chair.
So if you are not conversant with that article.
I'm saying, Chair.
Yes.
I'm conversant on the duties and the roles of the County Executive Committee member.
Article 179 of the Constitution, 1. The executive authority of the county is vested in and exercised by the County Executive Committee. It does not talk of the roles of the County Executive Committee member. So, Waziri, and maybe I would like you to give the circumstances. The SEC is the apex body in the county. True or false?
True.
So in 3 minutes, Waziri, can you explain the circumstances whereby currently as we are talking, all the hospitals in Nandi are closed?
Chair, I think last week I saw there was a strike notice that was given by the medical body, and they were announcing that they were going.
Point of order, Chair.
Yes, what is the point of order, Honorable Kitty?
I can see the stranger has just intruded in anyhow without our consent.
Okay, honorable members, I was informed that the person who has just entered the chambers is the Director Water, and I allowed that let him be ushered in so that he will be placed under oath. Yes. So, Waziri, proceed.
Chair, though I don't work in the Department of Health, but I saw a notice of strike that was issued by the doctors, by the medical union. And I think that strike is on.
You know, Waziri, I want to be categorical.
Chair.
And I want to disallow this term, I think. I want to disallow that term. It's either you know or you don't know. We don't want to deal with speculations. What is your take, Waziri?
Chair.
Chair, point of information.
Yes, Honorable Bit.
The CEC has confirmed that he's a member of SEC, and at the same time, being a policy maker, he's talking of he saw a strike notice. He saw a strike notice. As he saw the strike notice, which action at the SEC level on such a matter of public importance has he taken at the SEC level?
Chair.
Waziri?
Chair, we've not had a formal CEC meeting after the strike notice was given, but I'm sure the management of the department must have had a meeting to address the issue, Mr. Chair. But it has not come to the level of a CEC meeting.
And Waziri, personally, as a member of the SEC, you have the collective responsibility. What interventions have you put in place since you saw that strike notice?
Chair, as I said, we've not had an official CEC meeting on the same issue, but after when I saw...
Waziri, please restrict yourselves to the question. I'm asking, as a member of the SEC, on your personal capacity, without even having the meeting, what interventions have you put in place? Because the SEC is a body that has collective responsibility, and you are a member. What intervention on your personal capacity as a member of the SEC?
On my personal level, Chair, I've called a few staff in the Department of Health. And I've had some discussions.
Okay, thank you, Waziri. Maybe before we proceed, I will allow the Sergeant Madam to place the Director Water under oath so that we proceed.
I, Richard Kiptolele, do hereby swear to testify on all matters in question and tell this committee the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Okay, thank you, the Sergeant.
Point of information.
Yes,
I need some clarity. Chairman, with us here, we have the Chief Officer, John Abiwot, Chief Officer of Lands, Physical Planning, Housing, Water, Environment, Natural Resources, and Climate Change. Honorable Chair, is that tenable? Does such a title exist in the current structure? Because I know the governor is allowed to alter the structure. If the structure has been altered, do we have the executive order to that effect? So who is John Abiwot? He's a CEO, yes. For what?
I think, Waziri, you are best placed to answer that question.
Thank you, Chair. Last time, we had two chief officers in the department. We had a chief officer in charge of lands administration, and we also had a chief officer in charge of water. But in the new term, the governor appointed one CEO who is in charge of both lands, housing and environment, water, natural resources, and climate change. So we have only one chief officer in the department, and that is John Abiwot.
Point of order, Honorable Chairman.
Yes, Honorable.
Do we have evidence to this effect? And can it be tabled?
Waziri?
The evidence is in the instruments of appointment, Chair.
Honorable Chairman, can they be tabled?
While we were submitting documents, I remember one of the documents that I submitted included the cassette notice of appointment and also the letter of appointment.
Chair, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Mosby.
I think we can go back to when the applications were being made. I think it was very clear on the position that Chief Jonah applied. If you ask him, I'm very sure, we saw it, it was in the papers. So it is until we are given a proof that the positions were merged. To be honest, then this is an illegal appointment.
Maybe I will allow the CEO to respond to the issues that are being raised by the honorable members.
Okay, thank you, Chair. During the time of vetting and approval, I was approved as a Chief Officer in charge of water, environment, and climate change. But later on, I was also informed by His Excellency the Governor and the appointing authority that I was given an acting capacity to be also in charge of lands, physical planning, and urban development. So therefore, I'm substantively acting on the part of lands.
Okay, I think you've responded, Bonasio, but do you have a letter to that effect?
Yes, Chair, I can provide.
Can you hand over to the Sergeant at Arms?
Not now, but I can provide later.
Honorable Chairman.
Yes, Honorable Minor.
I think it would be critical unless we are going to unless we are only going to deal with what he substantively appointed to, pending. And since we do not have time, maybe it would be important that he provides right now. And as he does that, Honorable Chairman, I just wish to know whether it is procedural for a chief officer to be appointed by the governor alone, and whether indeed then it will be admissible that the said officer is acting under what law was he appointed? Because we follow the law.
Bonasio.
Maybe he can confirm to us who signed his appointment letter. Acting capacity.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Honorable Minor. As I have indicated, is that after when we were approved substantially as a Chief Officer in charge of water, and the Department of Lands squarely is still within the department, which I am under the CECM in charge of lands, physical planning, urban development, water, environment, and climate change. We were informed that we were acting on the positions which they had not been filled at that time, awaiting advert, which I think it was to be done later. So we since then, personally, I've been acting as a chief officer in charge of the entire department.
Who signed?
We have two letters here. One as an authorized officer, because as a chief officer.
No, as an acting CEO, I'm not asking about authorized officer. Through the chair.
The county secretary.
So the county secretary signed?
Yes.
Okay. So we would want to see the letter through the chair. And Chair, I'm also curious to know when the applications were made what did you apply for, witness? When the applications for, the witness has not been asked, Honorable Chair, to speak. Can he switch off his microphone? The CC. The chief officer, what position did you apply for? And could you give us evidence?
Chair, I applied for the position of Chief Officer in charge of water, environment, and climate change.
So, Bwana CEO, can you provide evidence to that effect?
Yes, I will be able to provide.
Chair.
For us to proceed, honorable members, let me rule that I will not allow the CEO to respond on anything touching on lands and physical planning.
Chair.
Honorable Chair.
Even as you rule, Chair, this being a committee, it is very difficult to distinguish, and particularly because who knows, he could be misleading us in what he says, that he's been appointed, that he applied for, because I'm foreseeing a situation where we will be handling a witness where when we go back to write a report, it will be an anality, to use that word.
Chair, if you may allow, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Tarbe.
Chair, last evening we had a similar situation, and this being a serious committee, we cannot have a double speak here. What befell the CEO for ICT the same CEO should serve at the same fate. Either he produced the letter, or it won't be, because Chair, we cannot have two.
Honorable members, I wish that Bwana CEO, if I give you 1 hour, can you produce those letters?
Maybe 2 hours, because I'll have to go back to Eldoret to pick my credentials.
Honorable Chairman, point of order.
Honorable members, I wish that now the act specified specifically the period that you are supposed to act. Is it indicated in your letter?
Unless I go and confirm. Unless you give me time to go and confirm that, because I don't remember.
Point of order, Honorable Chairman. The witness has just told us on oath that the said letter was signed by the county secretary. Actually, what we just require for him to do is to bring us that letter so that we can hold him accountable for that fraudulence. Because I am almost certain that the county secretary cannot appoint a chief officer for the county. So let him just produce the letter first of all, because he said it was signed by him, and then we will take other actions going forward.
Honorable members, I wish that Bwana CEO, can you put in place arrangement whereby we can get the letters without you moving out of these premises of the county assembly? Is it
Chair.
possible? Yes,
Chair.
Honorable.
Yes, to me, I insist on the fair judgment, Chair. Remember, we had an issue like this yesterday, and it has just occurred again now. So before you rule, Chair, I think we should have, nowadays there is technology. Maybe the only thing you can do, Chair, you allow to send us the copy even via WhatsApp in case we will be able to access. That one is what we can allow, Chair, so that the original can follow it later. Can we have a copy?
The Sergeant, can I have a word with you, please?
But you see,
Honorable members, let us wait the Sergeant before I make a ruling to confirm something for me.
Honorable Chairman,
Honorable
as
Chair.
we do that,
Yes, Honorable Trufosa.
As we wait, to me, I prefer the CEO to work on or to continue with the title as the CEO of Water and Climate Change. That is it. You forget about the other one, the acting one.
Honorable Chair, I want to second what Honorable Turfas has proposed. I also wish the CEO to only maybe be interrogated on issues water, environment and climate change. But on the issues of lands, physical planning, that one, the CEC can take over on that section.
Honorable Chairman,
Order, honorable members, please. When another member is speaking, please let us give time for the honorable member to speak.
Honorable
Please.
Chair.
Yes, Honorable Lasoi.
My submission, the same acting CEO in Department of Lands, we have other cases of some same which is affecting him from where he sits, and he's answerable. We have a very number of questions that we should direct to him that relates to lands in procurement matters of survey equipment. So should we allow him to exceed so that we will book him a date to come and answer in person entirely concerning the issues touching lands? Because we cannot leave him to move scot-free and he has got issues touching the Department of Lands.
Honorable Chairman.
Honorable Minor, I have not given you an opportunity, please.
Honorable Chair.
Let Honorable Bate finish. Are you done?
I'm done, Honorable Chair.
Okay. Honorable Silas Pogo.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, to be fair enough to all the witnesses, starting from day one up to where we are now, Honorable Chair, the same case arose yesterday when we had a chief officer who was also purporting to be in acting capacity. And we cannot allow chair unfairness. So if it is the same thing, kindly it's only an hour, we let the acting CEO just to go outside and make phone calls to whoever who can send him those documents so that we can. Meanwhile, Honorable Chair, can I also know Mr. Rono, who is your director or acting director in that capacity? Thank you, Honorable Chair. And when was he given the mandate?
And before that, Honorable Chair, I don't want to abstain. I want to give my direction that let us be fair to other officers who have been on acting capacity. I think we can excuse the director to come with substantive signed documents on acting capacity to be fair enough with other officers who have been on this floor.
Honorable Keter, your mic was on.
Yes, Chair, I was for the opinion that since we set a presidency yesterday, then we should follow the SU, Chair.
Honorable Bridget, what is your take?
Through Chair, it's becoming difficult on our side because we can't have members who are acting. I think it's upon this committee to make a rule. May either the guy go out to go look for the documents and then we continue with the interview. Thank you.
Honorable Bet.
Thank you, Chair. I'm between the hard place and the rock. Looking at yesterday precedents, the CEO ICT, Mr. Misoi, was not to handle issues of administration. Here, we have very serious issues to do with water. Is the substantive CEO. I feel like he should remain and handle issues that is within his docket as we pursue the other issues on lands. As he has rightly said, he can take 2 hours to avail those documents. That is my take, Chair.
Honorable Bitok.
Yeah, Chair. I also concur with some members who have spoken that we can handle the matters that is concerned, and the others can be sent via WhatsApp, such that anything cannot be interfered in the movement when he moves out. So for the case that we handle the issues which are within his token.
Honorable Maina.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think, Honorable Chair, let's not miss some points. We have said there is the question of what he applied for and what he was shortlisted for. So you see, probably there was another fraud before ab initio. We would like to know as a committee, because we have been dealing with personnel emoluments and possible loss of funds. You read the mandate of the committee. So I think it's only important and fair, and considering also, Honorable Chairman, that water and lands, maybe that's the reason why the two things were put together. There are some water projects we've visited which are located in lands that are suspicious. So I want to imagine that the CEO, acting in his capacity purportedly as acting CEO lands, may have been involved in giving his advice, his skills, to cite these projects in the wrong places, Honorable Chair, and occasioning potential loss of funds to the county and the people of Nandi. So it's only fair that he clarifies all these issues so that we know that we are dealing with the right person who is properly in office, and then we can proceed. I don't think there will be any danger to this committee if in case we allowed the officer to determine, to furnish us. And I don't even believe in this question of WhatsApp. You know, that's not an official way of communication. I know it's there, really, but let's just be officially communicated to. And I wish also to say this, Honorable Chairman, that these letters should be brought to us also there should be a request sent out now to the Public Service, County Public Service Commission to give us copies of those letters so that we can compare with what he will bring. Or better still, he can just walk there and bring us the copies. He doesn't have to go all the way to Eldoret.
Bonasio, I think there was an issue that has been raised on the director survey. Please, can you give your response.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. So I think on my side, I'm acting. I'm not substantive. I'm acting Director Survey. I think that's the question.
So Honorable Chair, as per the first remarks, Mr. Rono Cosmas told us is the director, but now he's implying that he's in acting capacity. From when?
From March.
March this year through the chair or last year?
March this year.
Okay.
Through the chair.
So through the chair, in the committee, we have the chair of the Committee of Lands. So I beg that he clear this house. For how long has he been working with the officers acting in those capacities? Because we have heard that the CEO said that he acted since he assumed the office when he was sworn in on the other token. So was your committee aware that the CEO said was on acting capacity in the side of lands? At the same time, we have the director. Are you aware that the director also is on acting capacity?
Okay, thank you, Vice Chair. Since we came to this assembly, I have known the officers before us, Waziri, I can confirm, the CEO has been the substantive CEO for environment, water, and climate change. I'm also aware he has been acting on the part of lands and physical planning. I've also known the director for the climate change, that is for environment, that is Meli, and director water. But I'm not privy to the director survey. In fact, I've never met him in our committee.
Honorable Chairman.
Okay, thank you, honorable members. Maybe I will now make the ruling that because now at hand is an issue that arose yesterday, and we don't want to apply double standards.
Yeah?
Yes.
On matters legality. You know, the law is very clear on limit of actingship. You cannot be appointed or rather reappointed to on an acting capacity more than 6 months. If there is an extension, should not be more than 2 times. So let them make it very clear. For how long have they been acting? That is the director and CEO. It will inform on the decision that you as a chair and the committee will take.
Honorable Chairman, even as you make a ruling, I wish first of all that we clarify the question of the acting director, so that maybe it is tied together with the CEO. Could he just probably tell us when was he employed? For how long have you been serving?
Okay, thank you.
Just state the time.
Okay, as confirmed on I applied, I was with the team employed 2023.
Please be clear.
Clear when a director?
Okay, my appointment is March 2023.
Was it advertised?
Yes.
Shortlisted? Did an interview? Do you have records to that effect? Documentary?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Now, before that, Honorable Chairman, there is still a further issue. So, you are employed in last year. We have checked your PF number. It seems to tie in with like 2019. How come?
My first appointment is 2019, but confirmation of permanent was to 2023. I was in contract for 3 years.
And your first appointment was 2019?
Yes.
Was the position also advertised, 2019?
And what is the position, Chair? What was the position that he has been holding from 2019 before acting?
I was assistant land survey.
Cosmas,
Yes.
for clarity,
Yes.
you were given a job way back in 2019.
Yes.
Was it advertised?
No.
Who gave you the job?
You are volunteering since 2018, then you are...
I'm very categorical. Who gave you the job?
through Public Service Board.
Without undergoing the due process? You never attended an interview. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes, Chair.
You never did an interview for the job that you have.
Answer loudly, Honorable Chairman.
Yes.
So will I be wrong that you are given a job because maybe you had connections?
No.
Let me ask, if he's aware of recruitment processes, are you privy to establish recruitment processes? And could you kindly please tell us your qualification?
Recruitment processes start from advertisement and then apply for the interview, in shortlisted, apply, and then shortlisted, and then go to interview interview.
Yes. Point of order, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Tadbe.
My question is he among the 1,884? Is he in that list? Because we have the list. We can, I think there was a list here, Chair, that we were brought yesterday. We can check. Is he among the 1,884 that His Excellency? And if he's not among them and he did not do an interview, as he says, his job was not advertised, then this is a classical example of unfair treatment for the workers of Nandi. Why is he here? And yet he did not.
Cosmas, honorable members, you remember here now we have two scenarios here. The first scenario is that he was given a job without the due process. And then last year, he was now recruited through the due process. Now, what I'm asking, how were you given a job 2019? Who aided for you to get that job?
I think we are volunteering since 2018, and during the time there was a request from through department to be observed under contract for 3 years.
Chair, point of order, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Kitet.
When you are volunteering, how do you get PF number?
Chair, you've been very specific, and let us stick to the point, Chair. Kindly guide us. We've posed a question to the purported acting director, a specific question to answer whether you know the laid down recruitment procedure, and if indeed you were regularly employed. Because surely, in as much as now you are occupying that position through an advertised process, it means you've been occupying that position before in a procedural manner, illegal manner, and this one puts a lot of questions to the process of audit. Why were other people whose positions were not advertised struck off from the payroll, whereas you are left out? If you look at the span that you are employed and now and the position you hold, it puts a lot of questions. So could you tell us how you got into this process?
Chair. Honorable members, I think now you allow me to rule so that
Before you rule, Chair,
we proceed. Yes.
Kindly, could we ask the acting director to furnish this ad hoc committee with his credentials or the top qualification he has? Thank you, Chair.
Chair, when
Before you rule,
when you are ruling also, consider the witness here took an oath. And since he's just lying to us, Chair, you need to make ruling which actually will serve as a lesson to others.
Honorable Chair, may I also say that before we get to the ruling, I wish that the witness tells us, now that he's here, who appointed him? Who recommended for him to be appointed as acting director? And according to him, does he qualify? And then maybe to the CEO and to the chief and to the CEC. Are there any other officers in this department who have been serving longer? Maybe he can also tell us his job group. Because I think this is a classic case of what we have been trying to unravel. Maybe this is where it sits, the rot. So who employed you? Who appointed you?
Thank you, Chair. I applied for interview after advertisement. Then I go through the process of shortlisting.
I have just asked a direct question.
Yes.
And as I do that, yes. Honorable
Member, please, can you allow the witness to answer, please? Proceed.
Okay. Honorable members, I think I applied. There was an advertisement for the positions of survey. Then
No, I think we don't want to mix issues here.
Okay.
We are talking of 2019.
Okay.
Do you agree with me that you are illegally employed, or
Chair,
are you illegally given?
Chair, there is something you had asked him. When was the PF number generated?
Yes, when was the PF number generated?
2019.
2019.
Yes.
Now, which job group are you in?
Job group K.
What are your credentials?
Degree.
Can you supply this ad hoc committee?
Honorable Chairman, my question has not been answered. The reason why I wanted to refer to principles and to all of them, because you see we are guided by the Constitution on values and principles of public service. And it's supposed to guide everybody. 232A, 1A, Chairman, says that while these people are operating, they should observe high standards of professional ethics, that there should be accountability for administrative acts. F, transparency and provision to the public of timely and accurate information. I wish also to go to F, Honorable Chairman, 232(1)F. I would like the officers to listen carefully. Affording adequate and equal opportunity for appointment, training, and advancement at all levels of public service, men, women, members of ethnic groups, and persons with disabilities. So I think it should be incumbent upon all of them that the values of this constitution must be adhered to. And that's why I'm asking, who appointed the gentleman into directorship, acting director, who?
Chair.
Yes, Honorable Tarbi.
As he answers, maybe let him answer and then you'll give me an opportunity. I have a question.
Honorable members, my appointment to be acting director was initiated by before the retired acting director to CEO, and then CEO forwarded the request to county secretary. So from there, I think.
Honorable Chair, I can hardly hear.
This.
Mr. Rono, can you be audible, please, so that you know you are also on answer day. So please, audible, please.
Chair. Maybe for fair treatment, I think we are mishandling someone who found himself in the payroll. Yet we have the CC who sits in the higher authority. But yeah, I believe what is good for the goose is good for the gander. The CC has confirmed that as we talk, all hospitals have been closed because of the issues to do with public service report. So the miracle of how the director survived the audit team, yet he's a director in a department, and we have the CC. I think the CC should shed some light because he's in charge of the department. Because Chair, there is no need to belittle this committee. We are handling a junior person when we have the CC who can give a clear picture of the same.
Okay, Waziri, can you
Chair,
come up?
I have something which is of the same. I want also the witness, the director, to just tell this committee early those years, 2019, he was innocent. Say that we can move to Waziri to answer, because the way he's talking to the committee, he was innocent. He just found himself when he was given that position, unless this one of now appointment. So that is.
Waziri.
Chair, I would request that I invite the chief officer to respond.
No, I decline.
Chair, when I was appointed CEC in this department in November 2019, I found that time we had surveyors seconded from the national government and physical planners that were seconded from the national government, and a few surveyors that had been engaged in the county government, and he was one of them. And when the acting director of survey, the one that was seconded from the national government, retired, before he retired, because he was in charge and he was the technical person in the department, and because we had not advertised, and up to date we have not advertised for that position of the director, we asked him to give us a name of a person who can act on that position. And he proposed his name, and when he proposed his name, we appointed him when he was retiring as the acting director. I also want to confirm that the positions we requested for, positions for surveyors and physical planners, to be advertised because we wanted to engage. And he was among the ones that were interviewed, because the position that was interviewed was for permanent, and therefore is among the applicants of that position, together with others who are employed and physical planners.
Waziri, the issue of of him getting the contract way back in 2019 is what is bringing problems here. So can you shed light on how Mr. Rono got a contract without following the due process? Can you shed light on that? Was it advertised?
Chair, as he sheds light, Chair, I want to remind the CEC who sits in the cabinet, if he is very well conversant with the Bill of Rights, and particularly on matters labor relations, Article 41, where they should be fair. Every person has the right to fair labor practices. Don't you feel that you've injured other citizens of this country and this republic by allowing others go home, people who were unprocedurally employed, whereas you are taking advantage and picking one among many to confirm the anality and the unfairness, whereas you sit at the decision-making organ of this county? Is there any fairness?
Chairman, Chair.
I think,
Chair.
I think
before you rule,
yes, Honorable.
My concern, the acting director, you are being watched by other staff of the county of Nandi who have been revoked, who are at home. They are watching you, and then you are appointed or being given contract at the same year. Do you think we are doing justice to our children, our county staff who are at home now, and you are here being acting seriously? Chair, rule.
Waziri, can you answer on the questions and then I will make a ruling, please?
Yeah, Chair, there is one thing that I want to clarify here. Chair, I listened to Honorable Beth very well. I wanted to clarify that when the issue of human resource came, the one that sent home members that were not interviewed, it found him when he had already been employed on permanent and pensionable service and a position that was advertised. He applied and he did interviews and succeeded. Not that we retained him and appointed him acting director. The occurrence found him when he was already substantively employed and he was already appointed acting director.
Waziri, I want to pose a question to you. Can I be wrong to say that the interviews that were done in the year 2023 by Cosmas Rono, will I be wrong to say that it was just regularizing an illegality? Will I be wrong?
Chair, the interviews that were done were open.
Waziri, do you agree with me first that Rono acquired an illegal contract from the county government? Do you agree with me?
It is now while here that I have known that he was engaged in 2019.
Chair. Thank you. But let us let me now make a ruling.
Chair,
please.
just no.
Yes.
Allow me, because I had asked a question. This is a house of record, Chair, and I was following clearly the answer given by Waziri. He clearly stated that we appointed the director in 2019. Now, to tell us he has just discovered it here is a lie. And my other question, when the Public Service Commission was here, they requested the department to provide information concerning the same. So I want to know, as the Waziri of the department, what information did you give to the Public Service Commission concerning the director in question? Did you give just information for the interview for 2019, for 2023, or including how he was appointed to the system in 2023 2019. And also, Chair, there is a concern here. How the director should tell us, I know we had not reached that point, but as is, the CEC should tell us, because each department was affected. They are among your staff, among the staff who are at home, are staff from department in your department, like the honorable member was saying. Are you comfortable when other staff are at home from back as 2018? Yet there is one, I don't know how special he is among the staff, because if irregularities were committed, then all should have been affected. So what information did you give to the public service? And you committed, it is in record of this house that when you are answering, you said you appointed him, meaning you are aware of the appointment. So to lie to this house that you are discovering it now, Waziri, you are an elder not to deceive this house.
Chair, I want to clarify one point.
Yes, Waziri.
I didn't say that we appointed the acting director in 2019. We appointed
an employee.
The acting director recently when the director survey retired. And at the time when he was being appointed deputy director, acting director in charge of survey, already at that point, he had been interviewed and engaged. And I had clarified here that it is now that I've heard that, because when I said earlier that when I joined the department in 2019, these are the staff that I found in the department. And that is why I've said that I've heard from him now that he was engaged on contract in 2019. But the one that I was affirming was the official engagement after interview, and it is this year that we gave him to act as the director survey. Thank you, sir.
Now, before you rule,
Honorable members, I want to make a ruling, please.
Honorable Chairman, before you make a ruling, there is a question I asked. Maybe you can guide the witness that when they are called upon, let them not raise their hands. When they are called upon to answer, they will. May I, you see, Chairman, this is a classic case of favoritism. In fact, actually, this committee should not be so lost, because already, clearly, this gentleman was employed under some irregular circumstances in 2019, and somewhere along the way, he gets himself formally employed in 2023, and in the same 2023, he is also appointed as acting director. So you see, this is a very classic case of somebody who is favored. So the question that I asked, and I think Waziri has tried to answer, is that, and maybe so that we can be clear, Waziri, did you say that there's retiring, you requested, and you said you used the term we. I would like you to clarify that, we, who that was, that we requested the retiring director to suggest a name. And that retiring director, could you give us the name of retiring director?
Chair.
The name of the retiring director.
Chair, the reason why I requested to allow...
Please.
The chief officer
Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Waziri, you know you are the head of the department. And I believe that in everything that occurs at the department, you must be hands-on as the head of that department. So, without much wasting time, I just want to make a ruling that for natural justice to prevail and to be fair to all of us, this session stands adjourned until further you will be communicated. Thank you. And I direct the acting director, provide this committee with all your credentials and all the relevant correspondence to the matter at hand, plus the CEO. Thank you.
Timeline, Mr. Chair.
The CEO, please. the CEO and the director provide those documents by 3 today.
An appointment of acting.
By 3 today.